Alright, so this video was initially supposed to be my review of Gerard Butler's newest action flick, Olympus Has Fallen, but I overslept. I decided to review one of my favorite movies in a new segment I like to call Guilty Pleasures. You know, there's movies that were so bad that they're actually kind of good. Mortal Kombat! Or they were total box office flops and then soon gained a huge cult following afterwards. Fight Club. My guilty pleasure for this week is 2006 action horror thriller The Covenant. The Covenant comes to us from Screen Gems and director Renny Harlin. Now, those of you who are familiar with the action genre would know that Renny Harlin directed Die Hard 2, Die Harder, Cliffhanger, A Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson, and Deep Blue Sea with my favorite LL Cool J. He's also known for Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, and most recently 12 Rounds with WWE wrestler John Cena. This film stars Stephen Strait. Stephen Strait plays War and Peace in the Sky High movie. You know, that Kurt Russell movie about superheroes and sidekicks? It's actually pretty good. He played his role pretty well in that movie. And basically the rest of the cast means absolutely nothing because they're all robots and they have no personality, no character development, and they mean absolutely nothing to the story. Actually they do, but they don't because they're terrible actors. Anyway, basically the plot of this movie: during the Salem witch trials, there's 5 ridiculously powerful families of witches. Now they all have these huge ridiculous powers, but they can't use them, because if they use them, they drain all their life energy, and they get old even though they're young, and it could kill them. The 5th family actually abuses their powers, so the 4 other families banish the surviving member, and he soon is believed to die after. So the 4 surviving families, they make this covenant, and they try to protect each other from, you know, using their powers and, you know, killing themselves, basically. So we fast forward to the future, which would be 2006, and the 4 descendants of the families are known as the Sons of Ipswitch, and that actually sounds like a demonic boy band to me. But basically there's the shit of this small town called Ipswitch, and everything's going well for him. Caleb, the main character, he even has a love interest, which is a much needed side story in this movie. But everything is going well until, dun dun dun, a mysterious boy shows up and tries to steal their thunder. Now, as the story progresses, we pretty much figure out that this 5th boy is the surviving member of the 5th line of witches that was believed to be extinct. And, you know, he goes bad, and when he goes bad, it's pretty obvious he goes bad. There's really no warning. He is bad at this point. And he reveals his plan to kill all the boys, especially Caleb, because he's the most powerful member of the boy band. He's the lead singer. No, he actually is the most powerful, and he's about to ascend. Basically, when they turn 18, they ascend, and they get these ridiculous powers, even more powers that they already have if they're not dead. So basically, Caleb kicks his ass and he stays dead. Now, enough hating on this movie. I want to tell you why I love this movie now. I love this movie because of the badass special effects. I mean, seriously, this movie had a $20 million budget, and I guarantee you $19 million of it was for the special effects in this movie. They are really good. I mean, when Caleb and the 5th witch are thrown down at the end, it's some pretty cool stuff. I mean, it's pretty good. The story, it's got all these supernatural elements, and you know me from my Die Hard review, the way I love Jensen Ackles. I mean, I love supernatural. I love anything cool like that. Like, back when I was 16 when this movie came out, I was watching Supernatural when it first came on TV. My sister was watching Charmed. There was always some kind of supernatural thing going on in this house. That sounded kind of weird. Anyway. Yeah, and the story's really easy to follow, and it definitely helps to have that fluff between Caleb and his girlfriend, because without that, the characters are just completely robotic, and They are really boring and there's no character development. Is this movie good? There's a mixed opinion on that. It got a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes, so what's that tell you? I think it's good. Is it good to, is it a good chill-out movie with your friends? Definitely. Is it a good movie to have playing in the background at a Halloween party? Definitely. Is it gonna go down as a classic? Hell no. Does it resemble a certain movie that came out in 1996 with basically the same concept with plot changes? Yes. It's definitely almost the same movie. I mean, check out the posters. Basically, I wanted to throw this in here at the end of my review of this movie. I needed a rating system. I needed a rating system just like, you know, FlickPick has one, FlickPick has one, Chris Stuckman has one, Breaking It Down has one, the Schmoes have one, Jeremy Johns has one. So, basically, if I do any movies that are already out on DVD, I would say either rent, buy at full price, buy on Blu-ray, or borrow from a friend. Now, if the movie that I'm reviewing is still in theaters, I say the best thing, must see at matinee price. So buying it when it comes out on DVD, or if it's good enough, so buying it with a Blu-ray upgrade.